Hi, Davi here, and today we have a new episode in the art session series. And today we're going to be doing some sketches. In the last episode, we talked about or we did like a dinosaur sketch something, right? But right now, oh god, I want to do something a little different. Now I just saw a video of some tips on how to like draw faster, and they mentioned how to zoom out when you draw. I mean, I know this, but it's just good to have like these reminders. So right there, I do have like a reference over here on the side. It's I have Pinterest open, so yeah, I want to capture like the shapes of it. It's like an orc person. Looks more like a woman, like a female orc. The jaw is like super extended. So yeah, I'm thinking of like the massing, like the shapes, but also like the flow or the gesture of it. So this is a lot more of a, it's a way more fluid sort of sketching approach. Of the midline, yeah, I just want to draw stuff faster, but I gotta know, I have to know like some structure, right? And I need to know some like shorthands. You know, I also have been hearing a lot recently, you know, just from me watching videos, when you practice you want to make sure like it's not just like this, it's doing the thing. I know that sounds so obvious, but let's say you want to make a manga or something, or a short comic, a doujin. um if you want to get good at that thing, you have to just start doing it, like make a project. But to me, I think I just could not make the connection. But doing the thing is the practice. Even if the outcome is obviously going to be sucky, it's still practice. And I think the reason why, or that's something that I think people should think more about, that even if you don't do it well, just by doing that thing that you want to do, instead of doing like fuck me, drills, or I just call them drills, or what to say, typical practice stuff. I mean, these can help to build up like mileage and stuff like that. Mileage, it basically just means experience, like knowing how to use your pen, your pencil, your program, and it just helps you get used to, gets you used to drawing, painting. In fact, we could like simplify that as just like moving, right? Just knowing how to move around, whether it's your hand, arm, shit, body. My handwriting is kind of small. Your tools, it could be like your pen, software, whatever. So it does help you a lot with like this, but it's not the only thing. Doing the thing you want to do is the practice. So I think we can get lost in doing this. For example, it's like doing these studies where you capture like the torso. Let's say you have like a reference here of like a you know, a picture of a person, right? You're trying to break down the anatomy by doing some figure drawing studies. I mean, I did this, and I do this, and almost everyone sort of does it. But I think the issue is about, let me just write the main point down because I might get lost. Doing the thing, even though sucky, you get my point, even though sucky, is the practice. So if you want to make like splash art, yeah, practice your you know, drawing some faces, stuff like that, but you have to make splash art even if it's sucky. And shit, I had another point. Oh, the issue is translation. Or we'll make it a question. Does it translate? Whenever you think about this, or let's say this example, I mean, yeah, I can draw that. Let's just draw like a knee here, kind of like that. Okay, it's something, but is that a comic now? And let's say I want to make this girl cry. I mean, first of all, there's no head here, so we're gonna have to fix that, right? I don't even know. For example, I don't even know how to draw the head. I can draw like a nice freaking body, like, oh yeah, like so hot, but the moment I have to do like a head, you know? And then add like a face to it, like it just gets worse. Let me just draw something simple. Oh, it's all over. You know what I mean? Like I think you can get lost in like the details. So when you start to do the thing you actually want to do, let's say make a comic or something, you kind of see that this does not fully translate. It can help it does help, but it doesn't go all the way. I mean, even knowing how to draw like a simple mouth is so hard. Even eyes, like all of these features, kind of hard to do. Ew. But do you see my struggle? Hopefully you see my struggle. Anyway. So, going back to this orc chick, I think I'm gonna review the artist, like the thing I'm referencing. I just like their designs. So I do know, like if you look at the eyes here, instead of doing like just this, you draw like the upper part. So I think it's more obvious when you have like the side angle and then do that, a lighter line, and then... And also the thing about doing studies like these or sketches is try to break it down. I think sometimes I lose or I forget that idea. Like it's about capture, break it down. Wait, this still feels more like a tutorial. But well, not really, because I'm kind of learning as I go. But whatever, break it down, or capture capture the essentials. Like, what is the thing that really makes it work? You know. So I think this is way better than say copying 1 is to 1. You know. Just something to remember. Anyway, the cheekbone kind of breaks the silhouette. Now in this case, our nose is kind of a stubby nose. It's kind of like a nose of a gorilla where it's sort of cut open, kind of like this. Despite it having like almost like an ape-like feature, like less human, I'm kind of... Oh my god, I'm so horny. Like she's kind of hot. I don't know. You know how when you were a kid, you were kind of not picky, but you kind of had certain, not presumptions, but more like you're a bit, in a way, rigid. Well, in my case anyway, but maybe it's because I'm so exposed to lots of art that I've kind of been more open-minded. I don't know. Or maybe it's one of those things where you get so used to something that you kind of search for other things. I sound like a cheater, by the way. Like I get bored. Oh wow. Damn. Disloyal. Yeah, there are some other things here, but it's more of like attire. Like a head sort of dress. They do have hair, but it's kind of hard to see. We'll just leave it like that. So how do you draw the mouth? The thing is, we can also see the other side of the nose. Show the cheekbones, but make that that line lighter. So it doesn't look like it's part of the... Okay. So the midpoint of the mouth is somewhere there. Oh. It has like thick lips. Or sorry, a thick bottom lip, rather. Okay. Got some teeth here. Lower teeth are kind of sticking out. Oh, I think they're too big. Like this. Yeah, some of these are better done or more easily seen when they're executed, but yeah. But it's essentially like a plane here. Okay, so let's get it close enough. Okay, see that? Reminds me of some of the sketches of Maki. Check out the work of Maki. Just search for in the channel Maki or online in your like browser. I do like their sort of sketching style. That's pretty cool. Not bad. Wait, let me drink some coffee because I'm so... Excuse me. So what else is next? You know, by the way, I kind of like the episodes that I've been doing. They're kind of in the same... I mean, I used to do this before, but like it's more legitimized. Oh, fuck. It's more... I feel more confident doing it now. Essentially, the point is doing short episodes. You know, 30 minutes max, even less than. I can be more sustainable that way. Because, you know, I have to like pick this up, edit it, and sometimes the editing things can go wrong, so it's just nice to have some extra time. The point is, I don't have to spend like hours, even though I want to. At least I have short art sessions are better than, you know, no sessions at all. So kind of obvious, but anyway, let me just scroll and find some other references. You know, I am interested in like drawing orcs. you know, for my future doujin career, because I want to make some like hentai stuff, right? Or just doujins. I think they're called, well, I think doujins, it's a Japanese term for like self-published art, right? And oftentimes associated with like not safe for work stuff, but essentially it's just comics. I want to make short stories and draw some disgusting freaking content. Oh, there's another guy. One of my a big inspiration, I guess. Although you can't really see him online as much because his content is kind of out there. But check out Sabu or Sabu Arts. One of my favorite artists. He does have a YouTube channel. He does talk a lot about his process. Although it's more, he does speak, I believe, Brazilian Portuguese. So, I mean, you can turn on captions, but sometimes they take a while to load. So, and sometimes they don't appear for some reason for me. So, kind of sucks. But I'm not sure if they have like an auto dub thing, because I know my channel has an auto dub sort of feature turned on. So people of other or speak other languages can, you know. Anyway, should I expand my canvas? You know what? Fuck it. We will. Wait, let me hit Control I. So my canvas size is 1920. I'm gonna try expanding it down. We'll say 2000. I kind of get why it's like it's better to draw this way, where you draw going down instead of to the side. It just feels more natural. Anyway, right now I'm using my ball pen Fine. In the last episode, I also talked about a little bit about my brushes and how I should organize them more appropriately. But yeah, I think and sometimes I rename the same brush. It's a bad habit, but I think for these ones I'm kind of satisfied. The reason why I call this a ballpoint pen is only because I like the sort of bleed look, where sometimes it has like a dark spot. It reminds me of actual ball pens or ballpoint pens, where the oil, I think it's the oil, like it bleeds sometimes. I don't know, it just adds a bit of something extra. Just if you want to make your own, just play around with the pen. I think it's somewhere. It's in the brush size. Just play around with these. Oftentimes I don't even know what I'm fully doing, but I just keep waiting for the effect I want, and that's kind of how I get it. Anyway, for this guy, simple shape, right? And the ear is kind of here. You know what's so cool about like these creatures and monsters, you know, like orcs or elves. Well, maybe not elves, because for elves the only major thing is usually like the ears. Like for these humanoid-esque monstrous creatures, is you can play around with the anatomy a lot, and it's just fun. For the ear, there's like an opening here, right? Well, this guy has some, like the ear opening is kind of small. Almost looks like a easy. And there's often like a flap of skin. The cartilage, I think it's called the cartilage. It's a cartilage, like a, it's kind of half, is it half bone? I don't even know. It's like a big, hard set of skin that sort of covers the, or that's on top of the ear. It's kind of like roofing. Let me just check let me just go to my recording software here, because I want to make sure it stays on top. I'm not sure if I can do that. Yeah, whatever, I'm wasting time. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to details right now, so I don't know. The point is, so we'll try to find the midline is somewhere there. The eyes are somewhere here. And the chin sort of does that. Oh, the brow ridge is kind of strong. And then, so right now it's more about observation. Yeah, but I'm trying to break down or find the most obvious kind of shapes. Yeah, I'll try to avoid hatching for now, because I want to learn more about the shapes. Because when I shade stuff, it's kind of like cheating, because I want to learn something, but instead of learning like the shape, I'll start doing the shading thing. So I'm kind of hiding I can do that in other times, but right now I just gotta learn. Oh, the nostril is kind of small. Then breaks the oh, so around the eye it does this. Yeah, it's kind of messy, but that's kind of learning. You know, it's part of learning. Yeah, I can worry about the details and stuff like that as I get better, but that's why some people say learn how to caricaturize your stuff. Basically like it's a way simpler version of the thing. Or like drawing chibis. They can help apparently. Yeah, I feel like there's so many lines here. I wanna Make it more simple. Oh, it does that. Anyway, I feel like I want to simplify it further. Say kind of like this. What happens if I make a smaller version of it? And then focus more on like the contours. Like that. The nostril is kind of here. And there's like a short stubby nose. The angle kind of goes like this. I talked about it in like a past tutorial, but when you're doing observational drawings, learning to see angles is a great way to... That's why you see in some like art books, they talk about using like your thumb. You don't have to do that. You can just use your eyes or your pen or whatever, but the point is you want to learn how to see things and measure things as they are relative to another thing. So how long something is, what's the kind of angle, like learn how to see this in any kind of image. I think it's just essential, you know. Feature, oh wow, kind of a weird neck over here, but yeah, look at how this is way better actually. Like this guy, way better for some reason. But see, look at how making it smaller, it helped, right? Yeah, like man, this guy's one thick set of lips, kissable. What? Oh my god. Yeah. Sometimes, for example, right now I'm kind of getting lost because I'm seeing so many shapes in the bottom of the lip. So we'll start with the jaw, like that. We'll try to simplify it, kind of like that. Want to make that a bit more clear, like the edge, like the contour. Yeah, I think this is way better. Look at that. Oh my, oh, it's all over. Master, step the freak back. Okay, not bad. So my real-time version is 29 minutes. Should I spend more time? I don't know, I could. But again, like I mentioned, I think earlier in this episode, doing like super short sessions, it just makes things more manageable, sustainable, and obviously I can do other stuff too. Because, for example, when something is rendering in the background, it does slow down my either Photoshop or Clip Studio Paint, so it lags a lot. Because obviously it's working on rendering the video. So I can have more time to myself and make art. But yeah, I want to do a painting, but maybe next episode. I know these videos can be a bit random. One day it's dinosaurs, one day it's like orcs or chicks, or both. But hey, that's what kind of excites me. I like dabbling here and there, but it's fun. So anyway, hopefully this episode helps you in some way. And I think we'll continue this discussion, and maybe we'll paint something, who knows, in the next episode. But yeah, here you go. Bye. Bye.